What if everything you thought you knew about Royal Caribbean was wrong? Everyone chases their biggest ships for the thrills, but I just sailed on one that offers a classic cruising experience you might actually prefer. And honestly, it surprised me in many ways I never expected. We're talking about the ship Radiance of the Seas. Now let's be clear, this ship does not have the surf simulators, the ice skating rinks, or the bustling neighborhoods of the mega ships. If you're looking for that, you'll be disappointed. But if you're looking for intimate spaces and incredible ocean views, this is exactly where you want to be. Now today I'm going to show you what surprised me most about Radiance, what I loved, what I didn't, who this ship is really for, and whether she's still worth booking in 2026. Hi, I'm Angela from Grab Your Bags Travel. Radiance of the Seas first entered service in 2001. She's part of Royal Caribbean's Radiance class, carries about 2,546 guests, has 13 passenger decks, and most recently received a refurbishment in early 2026. When I stepped onto the ship, here's what surprised me immediately. It felt like a Royal Caribbean cruise, and yet it didn't. I couldn't help but compare it to Adventure of the Seas, who is the same age as Radiance but is part of the Voyager class, and couldn't feel more different. Royal Caribbean took these two class ships that were built around the same time in completely different directions. Let me show you what I mean. Adventure and the Voyager class introduced many of the signature attractions we now associate with Royal Caribbean. The ice skating rink, the Royal Promenade. Radiance has none of those. No flow rider, no ice skating rink, just a very small splash pad for kids. If you're expecting all of the signature Royal Caribbean thrills, well, you may be disappointed. Instead, Radiance focuses on something completely different. The ship centers around the beautiful Centrum. Instead of the Royal Promenade stretching across the middle of the ship, you have the soaring open atrium that rises from deck 4 to deck 11. It creates a much more intimate atmosphere. Throughout the evening, you'll find live music, themed entertainment, and plenty of people gathering around to watch from the multiple decks. I found it elegant and relaxing. It gives the ship a personality that's very different from the newer classes. There is one thing you should know about the Centrum. If you're booking a cabin near the center elevators, which many people, especially ones with mobility issues, like to do, be prepared for noise. The nightly entertainment echoes throughout the entire atrium. In fact, during our sailing, the crew actually closed the hallway doors leading toward guest cabins because the music carried so loudly. Some guests looked confused trying to figure out how to reach their rooms. It wasn't a problem for us, but if you're an early sleeper or sensitive to noise, I'd avoid booking cabins close to those center elevators. Now, besides the Royal Promenade, the Royal Caribbean's thrill-seeking amenities like flow rider, ice skating rink, zip lining has become its signature and what you would come to expect from a Royal Caribbean ship. On Radiance, you still have the Kids and Teens Club, but I found the kids' splash pad area to be quite small. And for active cruisers, you still have a rock climbing wall, mini golf, and a sports court that is used for activities like basketball, pickleball, and dodgeball. Besides the outdoor main pool, Radiance does have a beautiful indoor adult-only solarium. Now let's talk food. Due to the size of this ship, there is only the need for one main dining room, Cascades, and the buffet, Windjammer. For additional food venues, you go just outside of the Windjammer for the Doghouse, or on Deck 5 Cafe Latitudes, which offers small sandwiches and snacks complimentary, and specialty coffees including Starbucks that aren't included in the cruise fare. Now, one thing that did caught me off guard was the location of Park Cafe, another grab-and-go location. On Radiance, in the solarium, they have the Park Cafe, a famous venue on many Royal Caribbean ships. But this Park Cafe is more like a mix of 3 popular Royal Caribbean venues. Park Cafe with its roast beef sandwiches, Sorrento's with its pizza options, and then the Solarium Bistro with its salads and lighter breakfast and lunch options. I have to say it felt a little unusual. You have people ordering fresh salads on one side while others are lining up for slices of pizza and roast beef sandwiches. It works, and I did grab both breakfast and lunch there, but it just felt different if you're used to the larger ships having the separate venues and having the solarium food fit the relaxed, tranquil spot. Now, Radiance also has 5 specialty restaurants worth mentioning. Izumi, which does not have a hibachi experience, Chef's Table, Chops Grill, Giovanni's Table, and Samba Grill. Samba Grill is actually just one of 2 restaurants across Royal's entire fleet, the other being on Allure of the Seas. This Brazilian steakhouse has a great experience with even greater views sitting on Deck 12. And honestly, Chops Grill was one of the highlights of our sailing. My husband and I dined there, and not only did we love the meal, but the views were spectacular. There's something really special about enjoying this great steak dinner while looking out over the ocean. It made the whole experience feel even more memorable. Now, one area where Radiance absolutely shines is the ship itself. If you've ever dreamed of cruising Alaska, this design suddenly makes perfect sense. Radiance has windows everywhere. Instead of endless interior spaces, you're constantly surrounded by ocean views. The elevators, the lounges, walking through the ship almost always gives you a view outside. It's beautiful. The smaller size also allows Radiance to visit ports and waterways that larger ships simply can't. That's one reason this class remains so popular for scenic itineraries. Now, one of my favorite surprises, Radiance has an actual movie theater. Not just a giant outdoor screen by the pool, which it does have, but a real cinema. It's such a fun venue and something you rarely see. And another gem is the Colony Club. If you've never been inside, imagine Royal Caribbean's music hall, just on a smaller scale. Right past the Schooner's Bar, the Colony Club has a stage for live entertainment, pool tables, game tables, comfortable lounge seating. It's one of those spaces that naturally pulls people together throughout the cruise. Great spot for music and games. Besides the traditional schooners, Radiance has the Viking Crown Lounge and Star Quest for drinks and dancing, and of course, once again, fabulous views. Now, one thing to note, in Radiance's recent dry dock, they did remove Quill and Compass Pub and replaced it with a non-smoking casino. So now let's talk cabins. Our balcony stateroom felt very typical of a ship of this era. Perhaps a bit dated, but still in good shape, and I thought the size was perfectly comfortable. Storage was adequate. The balcony was nice. The only thing I wasn't a fan of was the bathroom, and in particular, the shower. It has a curtain that I felt was not only unusual, but annoying in the tight space to contend with. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but ugh. So who is Radiance really for? Well, on my sailing, which was a 4-night sailing, I saw a range from teens to older aged cruisers. Not too many little ones, actually. And I think that is about the right demographics because I honestly was surprised to see how many teens and people in their 20s were on this sailing. And I'm only surprised because the ship didn't have the bells and whistle of the Royal's newer ships. Now, if you're someone who needs water slides, flow riders, ice skating, huge entertainment venues, you may find yourself wishing you'd booked Adventure of the Seas or Royal Caribbean's newer ships. But if you're someone like me who can no longer do the thrill-seeking attractions, or if you're looking for a ship that's easy to navigate, less crowded, more relaxing, more classic cruising, filled with ocean views, and often priced significantly lower, Radiance becomes a really attractive option. In fact, that's probably its biggest strength, value. Because you're giving up many of those high-energy attractions, you'll often find Radiance priced below Freedom class ships, and especially Royal Caribbean's newer vessels. For many cruisers, that's a trade-off worth making. And here's another reason Radiance continues to be so popular. Right now, Royal Caribbean has her sailing year-round round trip from Tampa through at least April 2028. Tampa simply can't accommodate the largest Royal Caribbean ships because of their bridge. That makes Radiance one of the best options for Florida cruisers who want to avoid flying and enjoy the convenience of cruising from their own backyard. Yes, you'll sacrifice some of the thrills, but for many people, the convenience, the lower fares, and the relaxing atmosphere more than make up for it. So, would I say Radiance again? Absolutely. So if you're considering Radiance of the Seas, let me know in the comments. Would you rather sail a smaller, quieter ship? Or do you need all of the bells and whistles of Royal Caribbean's newer ships? And if you're going to be sailing on Radiance of the Seas, be sure to check out this video as I give you 12 tips on what to do and know about the ship before you sail. Now if you found this review helpful, I'd really appreciate a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more cruise reviews, tips, and the latest cruise news. And until next time, thanks for watching. Happy cruising!